You clicked on this video because you either signed up for Amazon Flex or considering joining. And of course you want to see how the first day will be like. Well, search no more. In this video, I'll take you through a thrilling journey as I dive into my very first day tackling a same day Amazon Flex block. But don't forget to stick around to the end as I'll share my thoughts, the pros and cons, recommend some essential apps, and finally answer the ultimate question. Is this gig worth it? So fasten your seatbelts. Let's embark on this exciting Amazon Flex adventure together before I'm late.
I already made the first mistake. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. It's your girl Desiree Simone, and I'm back with another video. Hey, as you guys read from the title, I am taking you guys along with me for my first day doing Amazon Flex. For this block, I picked from 2 to 5:30, which is only 3 hours and 30 minutes. For $75.50. I am currently in Indianapolis, Indiana. The warehouse that I picked is at Greenwood, so we are actually 15 minutes out. If you are unaware of what Amazon Flex is, it's another delivery service, but you are an independent contractor with Amazon compared to working directly with them. So you are a 1099. I am very excited. Finally, I am starting. I did apply for Indianapolis almost a year ago, and I finally got accepted into it. I guess there was a really long wait list. Woo-hoo! I already made the first mistake. I have not been tracking my miles while I've been driving. Well, actually, Cortland is here. Don't do what I just did. We were supposed to get here 15 minutes prior, which you can start 15 minutes before your shift starts. We're gonna get there 5 minutes before, because you can only be up to 5 minutes late before they cancel your block. Then you're not able to do it and they'll send you home. At least it'll be 5 minutes early. See y'all when we get to the warehouse. Just made it here. It is 1:56. I'm going to say that I am parked. I've parked. To verify identity, you'll be asked to follow. Check. Okay, begin. And then, all right, we're gonna do the whole face recognition and use the photo. No, I have to show my ID when I get in there to the kiosk or somebody. All right, checking in. I need to turn my Bluetooth on. Well, never mind. Just turn it on. All right, I will be back with my stuff. So I see carts when I get in there, and then the kiosk was on my left. Finally got that to work when I asked somebody, and she said it might take a few minutes, but it didn't take that long. So then it wants me to scan to confirm after I find the staging area. Found it. That wasn't working, so she told me just to scan one of the packages. So that actually worked. Then it said I scanned all of them. I was like, oh, okay. On this page, you can see where your route is. Next, go ahead and swipe to finish. So we have 26 stops. We're actually gonna be in Fishers, so that is great. This one is 5, which you showed me how to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the back. So bring a Sharpie, like I did. Now listen. The 6th. Quick voiceover, wind was too strong, but if you go up to the top right where the barcode is, it'll come up where you can scan the package, and then in the middle it'll show you what stop that is. It's honestly very helpful. I just write the number on the package. As you guys can see here, the barcode I need to scan to see what stop it is blocked, and then when I try to move it, it was taking some of it off. So this is going to just have to be one that I just don't know what it is at this point. We are done. It is 2:18. It is 2:24 now at this point. We have 26 stops. We'll start with package 2 because we're picking up all the packages, which is the warehouse, so that's 1. Let's go ahead and start travel. Oh my gosh, 36 minutes. Let's go ahead and get started. I did not state this earlier, but this is the same day type of block that I picked. Normally, if you have a block that is 4 hours or longer, you will get more packages, but since we got the 3 hours and 30 minutes, we only got 26. So normally it's, I think someone said it's between 15 and 30 packages for those smaller blocks, which I think is so far a good one to pick for your first route. So when you pick the right package, go ahead and scan it. It'll let you know, and then continue with one package. Where are you leaving it at? The front porch. Take your picture, and then you want to continue. Swipe to finish. It's that easy. All right, so I just went to the bathroom at the clubhouse at this apartment. Make sure you go to the bathroom before you come out. Little tip. It's my first time doing it at an apartment. So it's gotta be like right here. Alright y'all, so I'm halfway done already, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the last half in the trunk, put that in the back seat real quick. I did pull away from the last stop, so. Here you go, 13. We are headed to stop 22, so we only have 4 more left. I'm actually 5 minutes out from 22. Really been easy, you guys. So far, I haven't had to really give it to somebody. It was never required for me to give it to. There have been some customers that were out already, so I just give it to them if they want it, or I just put it on the front door. It's 4:49. We have 4 more. That means we'll be done before 5:30. Well, I'm on my last stop. I am 6 minutes out. It's 5:08. Again, my block ends at 5:30. They always say don't go over it, so if you do have more packages, they advise you just to bring it back to the warehouse that you got it from. You have until the next day, until 10 a.m. We only have 1 more package left and we are done. My stomach is growling, I'm hungry, and he is hungry. So we're done. The only reason I'm mad is because we have 43 minutes back to the house. Anyway, so we did finish at 5:15. Literally 28 miles, 43 minutes. This is crazy. All right, let's go ahead and get into my thoughts on my first day doing Amazon Flex. We'll go over the numbers of the miles that I drove, the pros and cons, some apps that I actually recommend because this is not the only side hustle job that I have. And lastly, we're gonna see if this thing is worth it or not. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, so I'm finally actually doing the end of this video 2 weeks later. Let's go ahead and get into it. So a refresher, the block that I picked was a 3 hour and 30 minute block for $75.50. So my thought process of getting there, I felt like since I've watched a lot of videos, it wasn't going to be too difficult for me to navigate, which it wasn't. I will state this for after doing it for like 3 times at this point. Go ahead and use your Google Maps because for some reason the map in Amazon Flex will take you the longer route. Don't do that. Go ahead and use Google Maps or Apple Maps, whichever one you want to use. I prefer Google Maps. And once we got there, where the map was taking us, it wasn't taking us where we were actually supposed to be. We were at the Amazon warehouse, but it wasn't in the area that we're supposed to go check in, go get our cart with our boxes. So we saw other cars cars going straight instead of turning right where the map was telling us. So we kind of just followed them. And once you go all the way around, again, this is the warehouse that we went to, which was Greenwood. Once we did that, we're like, oh, this is where everybody's at. Okay, well, they definitely need to change that on the app, but now I know where to go. So once we parked, I went ahead and gone in there. It tells me for my ID, as you guys saw. I did have to ask for help once I got in there because I didn't see any workers, and the workers are not wearing this. They're actually just wearing badge around their neck on the lanyard. That's all. So I had to like really be like, okay, does this person work here? I'm the type of person, if I need some help with something, I'ma ask. Closed mouths don't get fed, and time is money. So I asked the lady that was next to me, I'm like, hey, my ID is not scanning. It did, it just, the computer was taking a while. It looked like it scanned it twice too when it went through. I was like, oh, so okay, well, whatever, we got it. All right, so she told me that my route will come up on my phone, that it might take a few minutes. It just varies. If you guys don't know this, if you guys are waiting 30 minutes, they will just actually send you home if they didn't give you nothing, and you get paid for the route that you didn't even have to do. So keep that in mind. So I got my route in probably the first 2 minutes, and then on the floor it will say, for example, STG, don't know what it stands for, and then it says like the number, like 013 for 13. There's 13 and 14 and 15. You get it? But then she also showed me a tip, like I told you guys in the video, about how to scan the item and then be able to see what delivery stop that is. And that was helpful too, which I kind of already knew, but I didn't want to be a smart aleck and be like, oh, I already know. Like, no, I've already asked you for help. You willing to help me some more? I'ma indulge in the knowledge, okay? Indulge the knowledge. I've never said that in my entire life. Anyways, it was pretty easy just to, you know, get the cart, bring it down the ramp, take it to the car. I did what she told me to do. Luckily, I had a Sharpie, so bring a Sharpie, because I watched plenty of videos, and they said do not forget a Sharpie or a pen. So once I packed the car up of how I wanted it, if Portland was not there, how I've been doing it now was, if I have 29 stops, I would put the first 10 up front in the passenger seats, and then the next 10 in the back, and then whatever the last little bit in the trunk. So it was fine switching out when I was on my route for my first day. Actually, it wasn't like embarrassing or anything. I didn't feel like I was in anybody's way of doing that on the side. But back to the warehouse, after I was done, I clicked on the app of going to my first one. And then of course I see how far we're going. The Fishers. Awesome. But overall, going from one place to the next was easy. Some houses were close, like a minute or 2 or 3, and then some were like 6-7 minutes away from each other, which was a little annoying. And then of course the most annoying part was how far I ended up being. That still irritates my soul to this day. 43 minutes. Yep. I only ran into a couple customers that were like already outside when I delivered their package, which was fine. I said, hey, I'm with Amazon. You know, obviously they could see this. I have a package for you. And a lot of people, you know, they're excited to get their package. Shoot, I'll be excited when my Amazon package get here. They were nice, the ones I delivered to. Actually, one guy said, wow, you are so much nicer than the other person that delivered. I was like, oh, thank you. And I said, I'm sorry about that experience. He's like, yeah, it's okay, but thank you, you know, for being sweet. I said, oh. He said something along the lines of some being sweet, nice, something like that. I was like, wow, there are Amazon Flex drivers being rude to customers about just dropping off packages. But you know, if you're doing Amazon Flex, please be professional, nice, friendly. It's a really easy job. All you're doing is dropping off the package. And if you see the customer, greet them. That's it. Anyways, moving on. Even though they had me in Fishers, I'm glad that I was in Fishers for my first route because of how nice the houses were and everything. Oh, and I highly advise to use the restroom before you leave the warehouse. And to find out, they have one in the warehouse. So after you're done organizing your packages in your car, when you bring the cart back up, just go straight to the bathroom. And of course, y'all, you know, I'm pretty efficient at what I need to do because time is money. Got done in 3 hours instead of 3 hours and 30 minutes for a $75.50 block. So the total of miles that I actually drove from leaving here to coming back to here was 112.6 miles. If we do the math, so how much my block was divided by how long it took me equals to $23 per hour before expenses, of course.
Now my dollars to miles is not very good. We're taking the 75.50, how much the block was divided by how many miles, and that is literally less than $1 per mile. Not great.
All right, so now time for pros and cons. So I'm gonna state 3 pros. So one would be having a flexible schedule. You get to pick your own schedule when you want to work. If there are certain days that you can do it before work or after work or during the day, you get to choose that. They also have preferred schedule, but I haven't utilized that, so I can't talk too much about it. I prefer to go on the app when I want to and decide if that block is worth my time and pay. That's just how I do it. 2 would be tax write-offs. So I'm not a tax expert or anything. I'm just sharing my experience of when I filed taxes last year for my side hustle jobs such as Walmart Spark. So basically miles, gas, car insurance, during that time that you did the side hustle job, car maintenance, which adds up, which is nice for a tax write-off during the time you did it. There are some other ones, like I believe food maybe. So those are just some nice perks for being a 1099, an independent contractor. So another perk is
Really having the option to get paid daily during the week, and if you do it on the weekend, you get paid that following Monday.
now for our 3 cons. 1, unpredictable routes. Unfortunately, you will not know your route until you actually check in. Basically, once you get to the warehouse, walk in, scan your ID, wait on your phone, and then you get to see where you are going. Next is returning undeliverable packages. If you have any, luckily, praise the Lord, I have not had any. But if you have a package that you were not able to return for any reason, you do have to drive all the way back to the warehouse no later than the next day by 10 a.m. And this kind of corresponds with the unpredictable route. It's the unpredictable amount of packages that you're going to have. So after watching a ton of videos, I heard that if you pick a 4-hour or more block, you're going to get a lot more packages. So I have a Chevy Cruze 2012 and you know, it's a compact car. So I try not to choose the ones that are like 4 hours or more because I know my packages won't be able to fit. Little side note, I did do another order the day after, which I actually ended up getting 46 or 47 packages, and luckily Cortland was not there, or anybody else was not there with me, because it filled up my whole entire car. I didn't record that day just because I wanted to get the hang of it, but yeah. So if you have a small car, I highly suggest you to stick with anything less than 4 hours. So those were my pros and cons. Let's get into the apps that I highly recommend if you're doing Amazon Flex or any other side hustle job. So to start off with, number 1, get you a mileage tracking app. I currently use Everlance. So it tracks your miles and your expenses, which is really great when it comes to tax season. My next 2 are 2 gas apps that you can earn cash back on. One is called Upside. I will go ahead and leave my referral link down below. All you do is when you get onto the app after you make an account, but it'll show you like the top nearby fuel offers. So right here, it'll show you if you go to this BP, they tell you how much the gas is, but I find that is not the most accurate of what that gas is, but they are accurate about how much cents you get back per gallon. So over here, it's 9 cents per gallon. I've gotten close to 20 cents back. Then they also have added like foods near you, cash back, but it's very easy to use. You just connect your card that you're using, press that you are there, and then go ahead and fill your tank up. You no longer have to take a picture of the receipts. It's already connected to your debit or credit card, and you just say that you're basically done. In 48 to 72 hours, it'll reflect in your account. Now another one is GasBuddy. Basically, GasBuddy helps you find the cheapest gas price in your area. You can set up your filters of like if you take regular gas or not. And of course, as we all know, gas is going up. And sometimes these have been updated maybe a day ago, but I feel like these are pretty accurate. That's what I've done with this app because we all trying to save money here, right? I hope so. Lastly, is Amazon Flex worth it or not? So this is really up to you. In my opinion, it depends on the type of vehicle you have, whether the mileage is good on your car, and is it worth the pay of what you're about to get for that block. It all varies personally with the type of car that I have and the pay that I'm only gonna try to accept. I believe it is worth it at this time. Again, my opinion can change later on. This is just my opinion for right now. I think it'll be worth it to you if you take into account everything that I've talked about. Hope that has answered your guys' questions. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys are wanting to see more Amazon Flex videos, please let me know. I do want to record me doing the Amazon Fresh orders. Those deliveries, you get tips. And if there's any other ones like the retail delivery orders that you guys want to see, let me know. Well, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell button, the all, so YouTube will actually notify you when I post. Don't forget to give this a like because I would really appreciate it. YouTube will push out my videos more if you do that. And comment down below what you liked about the video. If you are an Amazon Flex driver, please let your girl know what I could be doing better or just any tips and tricks. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I've been doing my best.